Hello there, commanders, and welcome to another episode of Total War Arena Replay Analysis, a series in which you, dear viewers, send me your replays. You can do that just through Discord PMs with the intention of improving your gameplay. So I go into your replay, analyze it, and tell you what and how you can improve in the future. So here we have Field Biologist is today's hero, brave enough to send me a replay. Is playing on tier 4 Greek archers. I have actually just released a guide to, well, just as I record this and not just when this video will go live. Either way, a link to it in the top right corner right now. Well, it is also quite brave to send me a replay of something that I main. So first thing that I see and can already tell you, when you're playing archers, you really should bring somebody in your party to protect you. Because random players are not very reliable, and here's why. Okay, that guy didn't charge. I didn't expect that to come. That was such a perfect timing, what the hell? Okay. Obviously, I am watching this room for the first time, so I have no idea what is going to happen. I'm trusting in Field Biologist to send me a replay that will be, well, yeah, there's the cavalry meta. But this time, yes, you are inside melee units, so the cavalry can't really get to you, although it still provides vision for the enemy archers to shoot you. But you still managed to escape from that mostly unscathed. Well, this charge was blocked by your melee infantry, and this charge here didn't happen in the first place. So it's okay. Well, you could target now this cavalry and finish it off. Make sure you secure the kill. There we go. Yeah. Wait until these guys leave. They should have finished the kill, but well, if your allies aren't doing it, you have to do it. And yeah, the accuracy while targeting such small units is kind of in the ass. Yep. He's still alive. He's contesting B, so he's right now he's stripping you away from the points. Now when he dies. Yeah. So well, here what you can do is watch out on vision, right? You do not have vision, you have no idea if there is cavalry here or not. In this case, you were unlucky and there actually was cavalry here, which was kind of to be expected because that was that cavalry that charged here, retreated to the forest, then must have went here to the tall grass, and now got you. So yes, obviously you need to go back to heal, but because you don't have an ally that can go with you and protect you, well, you can't communicate to this guy like, yo, come escort me to the healing zone, because if you go to the healing zone, this cavalry will just kill you. So yes, right now you do need to stay here inside the zone, staying close to melee units. If melee units don't want to cooperate with you, which they should, you need to cooperate with them, which is sometimes less ideal. But overall, good idea to do that. Good target selection. It's a huge blob of enemies. It is quite easy to deal significant damage to them without dealing damage, excessive damage to friends. But why aren't you doing that continuously? I mean, yes, this guy is pulling through. Still cavalry threat. It's not like you have much to work here with, to be honest. So keep maneuvering, try being alive. Targeting this cavalry, yeah, overall a good idea, but won't matter much, sadly. So what I would focus on is doing as much damage to this infantry as possible, but from the looks of it, it is also going to win this engagement. It's one unit controlled by AI and 2 units controlled by some barricade noob. And yeah, there's also the cavalry support, which is much more powerful than archer support, which is the sad meta we live in right now, I guess. Okay, your allies, you guys may get E. So defending B right now, just for as long as possible, just literally try your best to stay alive if you're in a situation like this, where both points are being contested, although your cavalry ally doesn't think so. And well, there's an infantry in here to defend, so I guess he didn't have a chance either way. But still, let's try staying alive for as long as possible here at B. There's literally nothing you can do. You'll need to respond. You cannot run away. So yeah, staying alive for as long as possible too. Don't let the enemy get more points. It's good. And well, your team actually captured D and C, which is really nice. That means your team is kinda getting ahead. And also, I guess in this situation, well, your archer is not really going to make a difference, right? You can just literally try to pull through an enemy infantry and try to suicide so that you die sooner and therefore respawn sooner. And I know I said just, you know, try to stay alive for as long as possible, but you still have these infantry units that are going to do that anyway. So in this particular situation, right, suiciding, getting your respawn sooner is a better idea. And now the barricades are acting against your team, because this cavalry player could have went in and prevented the capture from going through, but because of the barricades he can't even get inside. Good job. That's why I really dislike all the deployables where they can kag both teams. I mean, barricades are like that, right? Because barricades really work the same way for both teams. They're just what they are. They're barricades, they're blockades. And that's all they do. While stakes not dealing friendly fire and caltrops not slowing friendly units is kind of an issue. Oh, okay, you're using unconsumable, so using trial bait arrows to get more range. First of all, you kind of miss, and even those that hit, you can see the damage is quite low and insignificant. I'm not a fan of this consumable, so I would recommend using just the passive one. It gives you a tiny bit more range, and I think later on it gives you acceleration, so you're better at kiting slightly. But it's still better. Alternatives are broadhead arrows. If you manage to find a soft target, kind of like these archers for example, then broadhead arrows actually do make a difference in the damage output you end up doing. But again, it is situational, so if you're lucky enough to find yourself in such a situation where you can use them, then yeah, sure, they're pretty good. But I myself just prefer the passive. But I'm not saying that passive is any better than broadhead arrows, for example. But trial baits, yeah, the range is nice. The ability to shoot and get a range advantage is nice, but at such a long range, it's very easy to dodge. So only new players will not dodge and eat the arrows. And as well, they are entangled, but if it's a ranged player... I mean, if it is barbarian player entangled in a melee fight, for example, like this one, this is Roman infantry, right? But say it's barbarian, then trilobates can be useful. But you can see that the use for trilobates is very niche. And even then, if the guy is entangled, you can usually, in most situations, just walk forward very quickly with rapid advance and dash and start shooting then. So yeah, trilobates, not a good idea overall. They're better, more powerful and less niche consumables to use, like the passive or broadhead arrows. Alternatively, you can consider picking what they're called. Well, the ones that give you a little bit more AP and a little bit more damage. I forgot how they're called. Bodkin arrows, there we go. Okay. So in this situation you are here now, it's nice that you're targeting the archers and you stop doing so because of the friendly fire. At the moment you can still shoot and deal minimal friendly fire, but okay. Oh, there we go, you're shooting, that's good. Now stop, because cavalry is... You didn't stop any deaths of friendly fire. But it's okay, they can heal, right? I love this argument. I love this argument. Stop complaining about friendly fire, you can always heal. Yeah, okay. You're going to E, but you need to notice that B is being contested. Your team is winning, but there are enemy reinforcements. But your team is actually doing quite well in here. Okay, just block this guy off. Ooh, nice. Your allies are actually competent. That is a rarity. That is a rarity. And now the point is going to be flipped soon. We'll need to get rid of that cavalry that made it through. And you're already standing on top of E, and yeah. Again, take allies on voice chat with you in your party, because this guy should have protected you, right? And you should aim to cap E, because B has been won, E is available for capture. You're doing everything correctly at this moment. It's your teammates that decided to, you know, fuck off essentially and show you a middle finger. So, not very nice of them. And okay, yeah, they're going to be in the base sooner, but they won't. Except they won't. Yeah. So not really that good of an idea. Oh, you're yeah, I think in this situation you should consider, well, you have two options. Either go here and support this guy. You could kill those javelins and support him against these Libyan recruits. It'll take a while to get there, or also retreat because your base is under attack. Both options are valid. You may be in a situation of base risk right now. So you need to consider, right? Because if there is a base race on the map, you need to commit to the base race either way. You either help your allies cap the base faster, or you go back and help your allies defend the base. Okay, you decided to defend the base. I think it is actually the better, more correct idea. Okay, and now just shoot the pikes. Okay. But then it's 4 to 6. It's hard to see because this pop-up is not disappearing, but it's 4 to 6. So I guess trying to get inside... I mean, okay, this guy is getting inside, so you don't have to. There's still a lot of time before they capture. So it's not at a risk. Yeah, you should just really be shooting, just shoot those spikes. And that's it. Because now those guys or these guys can just turn and charge you. Okay, they're not... Okay, yeah, yep. Well, you're lucky they didn't charge you, but slam slows you down by 50%. So yeah, run away. And see, all this time you just could have been shooting, right? You could have shot those spikes. You could have shot those dogs as well, if you found an angle on them. Shoot these swords. You had a lot of good targets. And yeah, I get it. Yeah, you wanted to get inside probably to prevent the capture from going through, right? Because the enemy was outnumbering you. But I think it was safe enough. You didn't have to take that risk. But it is somewhat justified, so I won't give you shit for it. Like, for example, I gave to our previous hero on Slingers, where he took very unnecessary risk. Here it was also necessary, but this time around it was justifiable. Okay, now you're back in your base. The threat in the base has been dealt with. Now there's some cavalry coming, so get close to your spears for protection. Cavalry may spot you here, there may be line of sight, but you might have just gotten lucky enough not to be noticed. Now, you might have been noticed as well, but you're kind of within the forest. It's literally like you're on the edge of their vision. You're like a Schrodinger's cat, spotted and not spotted at the same time. And we won't know until we go to the enemy team vision and see and check. But well, we won't do that. Also, it's late to check anyway. Okay, going back to heal and getting closer to B and E. So you're choosing your path, right? You chose to go to this flank and heal up here and then contribute either to defending this flank, which at the moment is... It doesn't look like any enemy is contributing any forces here, right? So, especially when you're an archer, like, neither team is really contributing to this flank right now. You have a team of swords and archers here, so it's okay. They can hold it for quite a while. And you, if you would like to join them, which apparently you do, judging by these arrows, you're exposing yourself to enemy cavalry for a very, very long period of time. All it takes is just a random cavalry running through here, capturing the watchtower. Oh, there we go, there's a cavalry. Capturing the watchtower, spotting you, and you're dead. But what the fuck is this? Why? Why? Whatever. Some people under 200 IQ, like, it's just... Yeah, it looks cool, right? It looks cool, and that's why people do it. And they think it is effective, but it's not. If those were stakes, okay, yeah, because cavalry can't actually get through them, right? So they cannot back up it if you do that with stakes. And then stakes can just be destroyed, but it also takes time, right? So you are buying the time if you do that with stakes. So barricades? Why would you do that with barricades? It literally makes no sense. That's another cavalry player, and you're still very, very far away from any melee support, and the melee support is already engaged with melee. Okay, you've realized this, that you've made a mistake, and you're going back, sort of. See, the problem is that right now, you're just wandering around the map. You're literally doing nothing. If you come here, you're dead instantly. And if you want to go anywhere else, you just end up backtracking and wasting a lot of time. And all this time, you could have just went back here and go straight to C. You would stay close to your infantry at all times, and you would be able to shoot these guys. And you could say, well, how could I have predicted that? Well, it was kind of easy to predict, to be honest. So, whenever in a situation like that where you finish an engagement, and you know that the next engagement is not going to come any close, right? Because that's the current tempo, the dynamic of Total War Arena, where you have those ups and downs in action, right? You have like, oh, action is happening, fight. Okay, fight over, go back, heal, teleport back to the base or whatever, go back to the field, right? So when you're in that situation, look around the map, see what's captured, which team is controlling which point, where are your allies, where are your enemies. If you don't see your enemies, then try to predict where they are based on the information you have currently, and then make the decision. So you finally made a decision to go to C, but you could have been here literally 1 minute, 2, maybe even 3 minutes earlier. Well, I don't know because I haven't looked at the time, but yeah, you've spent a lot of time going up here, and up here, and then finally making it over here. So just take your time when you're in that lull after finishing engagement, heal up, and while doing so, consider all your options and, well, pick the correct one, because going up here is definitely not correct. Then again, you might have expected your allies to, you know, wow, more barricades. And did they work? I don't think so. You might have expected your allies to do it, but when you're playing solo, do not expect your allies to coordinate with you. You need to coordinate with them, and you do have a party in this case, right? You have a party of 3 players. It's often a good idea, especially if you're a ranged player, right? If you are a random melee player, cavalry player, whatever, you can do well on your own. If you're a lone archer, as this moment you're spotted without protection, there will be some cavalry player running over, you know, just their tongue hanging out of their mouth. Archer, kill him. And, well, they will kill you. It's cavalry for some pretty archers, so there's nothing else to really expect. So yes, if you're a lone archer, well, first of all, you shouldn't, but okay. It's a sad reality we live in. Sometimes people just want to play archers and don't have a party to play with. Not their fault, right? Then, if there is a party in your team, try to follow that party around. And if not, well, then just try sticking to melee units, because they won't stick around with you, because very often they're not nice people. Let's say it that way. And okay, here, see, there's a huge blob over here, and you shoot this unit and cause friendly fire here. Or you could just shoot one unit that is a little bit further back, deal the same damage or even more, but deal less friendly fire. So this is kind of like target selection. And also, you should continue shooting. Why are you retreating? There's no reason for you to do so. Not only you would be getting away from your melee unit's protection, you're also not dealing damage. And see this blob here, it's a huge blob, just shoot it. Your friendly fire will be minimal. Okay, maybe you're going for arches. Okay, you're going for arches. Okay, valid choice. Dodge. What? Why are you eating those arrows? They're so easy to see, so easy to dodge. You should dodge. I mean, your opponent didn't dodge either, but Just because your opponent doesn't do that and you still end up winning because of that, doesn't mean you shouldn't dodge. So there we go. You need to improve your ranged duel skills. Because both you and this player Gucci made the same mistake of not dodging the incoming arrows. And they were very easy to dodge because they were shot in a high arc over the building. You can easily see them and easily dodge them. So those are just your reflexes when you are inside a ranged duel. Watch out for the enemy archers shooting you. When you see them releasing the arrows, move. Simple as that. And that's how you dodge. It's not World of Warships where, you know, just dodge is a meme. Here you can actually dodge. Interesting choice to friendly fire here, getting rid of that unit a little bit faster. To enable this unit to get faster into A. Might have saved you a second or two, which, yeah, is valid. The points are very close, the enemy team has the advantage, the base is being captured on their side. Ooh. Well, yeah, unprotected ranged units. Happens a lot, happens a lot. Oh, it's Cav meta after all. Okay. So now you should keep pushing D, that's what you're doing, then D gives you a very nice healing zone here. Rapid advance plus dash. Just gets you faster there, where you want to be. So yeah, I guess pay attention to your cooldowns. There's no reason for you to really save those, you're in complete safety. If there's a cavalry incoming or whatever, you will be able to dodge them even with those abilities on cooldown. Okay. Shooting the dogs. No, that's not. Okay, you're shooting the archers. Archers are shooting you. Dodge. Oh, you're trying to dodge. That's nice. Okay. I really like this as well. You're sending one unit back to heal, the one that needs healing, and keep shooting with those two. Let's see how you deal with the situation where your archers are in two different places. Okay, you keep shooting the archers, now you don't need to dodge. You're using the trial baits. Yeah, that's a nice use of trial baits. See, now the trial baits kind of work because you get the experience. So I guess I may need to retract that statement, but in the end, trial baits work only if you have experience advantage over the enemy. And in that scenario, you better read them anyway. Okay, your unit has been healed. Okay, you bring it back. A little bit late on the reaction, but okay, that's just micro. Yep, correct choice to shoot these dogs. I would try to get myself some flat arcs, so reposition slightly so that you have flat arcs to shoot. Yeah, now you need to run away. Try to position yourself in such a way that you can shoot them easily as they get out of the corner. Yep, that's pretty good. That's nice. Cavalry helping you here, engaging the dogs. Now be careful, there's still a threat, don't get too close. Okay, shooting these, running away. Yep, nice. Oh shoot, yep. There we go, you've got flat arcs. That volley is going to be very strong and close to undodgeable. Finish the kill. Unlucky. That's why the laser accuracy that they give units now is kind of a bad thing. That's why I'd like to see the accuracy actually reduced. Because not only the accuracy is a little bit too strong and allows you to deal good friendly fire in ridiculous situations. Like when the enemies are completely surrounded, they can still somehow nail the arrows like super accurately. Well, are you going back to heal with this unit? Where are you going? Why? I'll assume that was a misclick or something. And yeah, then the units that are almost dead, like with 1, 2, 3 soldiers, they wiggle ever so slightly and your arrows end up missing. Even when they don't wiggle, sometimes when they just go in a straight line, your archers still miss. Just because they're like super hyper accurate. Okay. I would totally shoot javelins in this situation. Are you asleep? Also, there are pikes incoming here. Run away. Oh ho ho, a little bit too late, you've been caught out. But well, you've won. Alright, target the javelins, target the pikes, and run away from pikes once they get close. I think you kinda let go because this is the end of the battle, which is, I guess, understandable. You've won, you've secured a victory, you don't need to try anymore, but I don't like that. Especially if you're trying to improve, then try your best, try to play your best until the very last second of the map. Just don't look at the score. I mean, look at the score because that's important to look at the score to know what the hell is happening, but you know what I mean. Don't let the score make you play wars and relax just because it's the end of the battle, right? If you're trying to improve, if you're actively trying to improve, treat as if the battle is not won until you get the very last point. So try your hardest, try to do your best. But overall a good battle. Like once you were in those situations where you were actually fighting, your decisions were pretty good, your target selection was pretty good. So what you need to improve in this case is the overall map movement, judging the situation, where you should be. And then once you are where you should be, you're doing pretty alright. But still, target selection, a little bit to be desired, and your archer, your range duels also need to be improved because but you just start dodging enemy volleys and you'll be fine. And I haven't really noticed if you were using focus fire or not, but I think you weren't. So pay attention to your cooldowns as well, especially where you, for example, were running there to D, right? That was D. And we're not using your rapid advance and dash. Well, there was really nothing preventing you from doing so. So abilities, range duels, target selection, and map movement, overall map movement, deciding where to go. And I guess next time, really bring a friend. Bring a friend with multi-added spears or something similar. I mean, any melee infantry will do, even barbarians. Obviously, heavies are better, but just bring a friend that you can communicate with and go together to places when you're playing ranged units. Well, you can find those people on our Discord, for example, in voice chats, and you can also try to apply to SUNTZU. Alright, and if you go through our recruitment process, then you can play with SUNTZU members on a daily basis. And that link and way more in the description below. You can go check them out to help us bring the arena back to the West. And while you're there, you can friendly fire the subscribe button, like button, dislike button, notification bell button, and all the other buttons. Are there any left? I don't know, probably not. So, with that said, I'll see you commanders on arenas, battlefields. And go check our archer guide, really good one. Tried really hard to make it good.